you have your first child.
Mm-hmm.
So how did you get in a relationship whilst you're doing this? How hard is that to balance? It must be difficult, no?
Well, I wasn't in a relationship when I had a child.
Oh, it was just unplanned.
It was a New Year's party.
Someone started a New Year's off with a bang room, boy.
I lost my hair extensions as well. It was awful.
Right.
But yeah, no. So I was on a shoot in the summer. In the summer after that New Year's, it was a bit of a wild New Year's, and I passed out. And they were like, "Okay, go into hospital, get checked. Why have you fainted?"
Oh, you didn't know you was pregnant?
No. And they were like, "Your baby's okay." And then I said, "Okay, what baby? I don't have a baby." And they were like, "You are halfway through a pregnancy. You are pregnant."
You didn't know nothing, no symptoms, nothing.
I starved
How
myself.
many months did you find? You starved yourself?
Yeah. I was.
Oh, that's another thing I was going on.
Yeah. So I'd live on like a carrot or a banana a day.
Is
like,
this just the
hardly
pressure
anything.
like to just maintain your
skinny.
look?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
was you told by numerous people like camera?
Yeah, you can't. They're like, "Oh, you're a bit squishy there," or "Breathe in,
And
hold
they
your
say
breath
that
and
to you?
stuff." Oh yeah, it was very like models were passing out on the catwalk because they hadn't eaten and stuff. It was like no human rights. It was be that stereotype, fit into that mold, otherwise you don't make the cut. So it was very different to how it is today.
Really?
Yeah. So I just starved myself every day. It was anorexic.
You was anorexic, you say?
Yeah.
So you're pregnant. You
Didn't
don't
have
know.
periods though because I was anorexic. I was on the pill.
Right.
Had a hormone imbalance, which meant the pill didn't work. So I wasn't like reckless or anything.
Yeah.
Even though it was a New Year's Eve party. But it was someone I knew.
Whose party was it?
It was a nightclub that I worked at. And they said, "Who are you bringing?" I was like, "I'm not bringing anyone." Another guy worked on the bar. We had like some flirty banter. He was like, "Do you want to go together?" All right then.
Oh, it was the
10
guy
hours
from
of
the
drinking.
bar.
The guy from the bar.
The guy from the bar, you know. What was the nightclub?
It was called Mirage in Aylesbury,
Oh, okay,
Buckinghamshire.
Oh, okay, country.
Back in the
country
day,
folk.
it was banging. Had all the gangsters there. It was brilliant.
All right, fair enough. All right, so you're pregnant, right? So how do you handle that news? Because you're obviously not expecting it. Do you handle it with joy or just?
No, I fell through the floor. Like all the blood just went, like like you just go white. And then I sat in the chair and like all my bones melted. I was like, shit.
Right.
It literally scared the life out of me. It was so scary.
Right.
So I smashed
And
my
then
mic.
that's right. And then what happens?
I went and told my parents.
And how did they handle it?
They were relieved,
Did they give you
believe
licks?
it or not. No, believe it or not, they were relieved because I was being tested for a brain tumour at the same time. So I have a hormone of women who have just given birth. I have it now still. So when a mother gives birth, they trigger this hormone to then produce breast milk. And that's like to feed a baby. So my body constantly thinks that I've just given birth, which is so fucked up. It's just
So
the
you
way I'm
produce
built.
breast milk normally?
I don't make milk myself, but I have this hormone that tells my body I've just had a baby, even though I haven't.
And you've had that throughout your
My whole life.
So how does that?
They found
I
out
understand.
when I was pregnant, it's because of this hormone that was undetected. So they thought it was caused by a brain tumour.
So you didn't know about the hormone before that? Okay, cool.
So I'm taking the pill. I'm pregnant and still eating pills every day.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and they're testing me at the hospital in Oxford. It was called endocrinology, which is like brain issues. And they just said, your pituitary gland, you've probably got a brain tumour. This is why you're fainting. This is why your hormones...
you've been fainting prior to this?
I was anorexic, so it's probably from that.
So you don't know what it is. You're not doing that. You're doing
But they're
this,
telling me you're
thinking
probably going to
you can't
die
be
of a brain tumour. And then I come home, I'm
charming music.
pregnant.
Oh, so it's a relief for them, innit?
Yeah, so my mum...
It's like this girl gets away with her parents by like other ways of doing it. Do you know what I'm saying? Oh, look, my breasts are triangle. Let me have a breast surgery. Oh, look, I'm not going to die. I've got a baby. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
So my response was, as a single person at the age of 19, I don't want a baby, give it back. And they were like, you can't have an abortion. You're past the rate. You have to give birth, but you can put your baby up for adoption.
Right.
So I'm sat there like, I'm a child.
Yeah.
My life has just gone crazy. It's totally unrecognisable. I'm just kind of in this really crazy space.
And you're still modelling all the time?
Still modelling,
right.
yeah. Passed out on the shoot, found out I'm pregnant. And I was like, what do I do? Literally cried my eyes out like the whole time. My mum worked nights at the time. She was on like shift work. So my dad worked during the day. My mum worked during the night. So
But
we never
where's the
had, like,
bartender
family time.
gone?
He's on a date with another girl.
When you're
When I found out I'm pregnant.
Yeah, but then you don't see him in that period, though, do you?
No, because it never became a relationship.
Right, okay.
Well, it was a kind of a few weeks.
Right.
But then it was like, oh, no, thanks.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sober now.
Yeah. I'm sober now. I can see now.
Sounds awful.
Everything's worn off. Right,
yeah, and then my mum.
So what did he say?
Well, I phoned him and he was like, what do you want? I'm going into the cinema. I'm on a date. And I was like, I'll tell you after the movie.
Yeah,
because
watch it first.
You don't want to ruin your film.
Just have the next 2 hours of normality, and then then
I'm going to fuck up your life.
Right.
Yeah.
And you told him.
And I told him, and so he was like, okay, let's be a family.
Oh, that's nice. Honourable. No.
Wrong person to be a family.
No.
Yeah, no.
Why?
No.
At least he can make you a good drink. No.
Yeah. He's heavy-handed with the drink. Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right. Fair enough.
So I said, no, I'm not looking for a relationship. I never meant to have a baby with you. I was taking the pill. I'm still taking the pill. I'm now stopping because I don't want the baby to die.
Yeah.
And I've accepted it. And he said, well, what do you want? And I was like, I don't want anything from you. I don't want your money. I don't want you to be a dad if you don't want to be a dad.
Right.
I don't want you to marry me.
Yeah.
It's fine. Is what it is. If you want to know, you can know. If you don't want to know, I accept it.
Right.
So he was like, if you don't want to be with me, I don't want to know. So I was like, okay.
I just don't know.
It's fine. He said, I'm too young. He was older than me. He was like, I'm too young. I don't want to know. So I was like, okay, no worries.
Have you spoken to him since, or is that?
Yeah, throughout the years.
Okay, cool.
But not an active part
Okay,
of
cool.
life.
All right, you have your child. What is that like then?
It's really weird.
Especially you in the industry.
Yeah.
I suppose, how does everything stop? Does work stop?
Yeah, so my mind then switched and I was like, I'm a mum. I can't show my boobies.
Right.
I felt...
But you didn't even feel like they were yours.
No, but then I was
now,
like,
all
everyone's
of a sudden,
celebrating.
all of a sudden, they're
Yeah,
hers.
there's a baby in there. Like, whoa,
Right.
this is super respectful.
Yeah.
Like something just switched.
Yeah.
And then I was heavily pregnant and then ended up with a fiance, as you do.